my case,
Is your money dirty money?
If you live,
I just asked a question. Is your money dirty money?
No, it's not. So, in fact,
why is it not dirty money?
Because I earned it.
But you earned it.
I earned it legally.
We went back to this before. You earned it. You earned it advising the worst people in the world, right? That do enormous bad things, and just to make more money.
So, instead of asking me the question, should you take the money? Because I think it's a legitimate question.
You think it's a legitimate question?
Yes, no question. Because I think you have to, ethics is always a complicated subject. But I can tell you that with the money I gave to help try to eradicate polio in Pakistan and India, instead of asking me whether that money should be given to these children for vaccines, I think you might want to ask their mothers who received the vaccine, who know their child now won't get polio, and ask them if Epstein should have helped these people. You're a mathematician. If we walked into that clinic where they're giving that money out to these people that are in the most dire straits of poverty and sickness, and told them that the money was coming from class 3 sexual predator? Tier 1.
What's tier 1's the highest and worst?
No,
I'm the lowest.
I'm the lowest.
You're the lowest. Okay, tier 1, you're the lowest. But a criminal.
Yes.
That the money came from them. What percentage of people do you estimate? I understand you don't like probabilities. Do you estimate would say, I don't care, I want the money for my children?
I would say everyone said, I want the money for my children.
Did they know where the money came from?
I think if you told them, I told them the devil,
100%.
The devil
himself
said, I'm going to exchange some dollars for your child's life.
Do you think you're the devil himself?
No, but I do have a good mirror.
It's a serious question. Do you think you're the devil himself?
I don't know. Why would you say that?
And I have a lot of fun going to late night parties with my friends. Most of the time I go to Epstein's Island, and there's a lot more fun there than you think. I've made quite a few friends there.
Ellen DeGeneres is connected to so many.
Shocking footage of Justin Bieber after a Diddy party has emerged.
You have 4 eyes. I have 2 fingers. I have 3 fingers. Is this gonna last forever?
Justin, stop it.
His mouth was stitched up.
Wrote, quote, thanks to the Epstein files, we now know that Ellen DeGeneres is the most prolific cannibal. Hollywood staying silent. Now we understand why she left the United States. Another described a supposed disturbing discovery and claimed she was given a title no one wanted to know existed. Some posts even shared edited or distorted images of DeGeneres to amplify the shock value. But here's what's critical. There is no evidence in the Epstein files that supports any claim of cannibalism. A community note added to one of the viral posts states clearly, quote, there is no evidence DeGeneres engaged in cannibalism.
Well, I just wanted to be a good example. And it was hard for me being that young and being in the industry and not knowing where to turn, and everyone, telling me they love me and, just turn their back on you in a second. I just want to protect her, I don't want her to go through anything I went through. I don't wish that upon anybody.
Today, a massive wave of new attention is hitting one of the darkest networks ever tied to power, secrecy, and exploitation. According to recent public discussion, millions of pages of material, along with thousands of videos and hundreds of thousands of images connected to the Epstein investigation, have pushed old names back into the spotlight. And now, as people go through those connections more closely, they are beginning to ask new questions about the entertainment industry, private circles, and the young stars who may have been exposed to them far too early.
I called her out. I was like, Ellen's not that nice.
This was after you went on the show?
After I went on the show.
What was it like meeting Ellen? And is she a good person?
Let's just all go back to 2017, where I was the first person to call Ellen out before anyone outfit.
You called her out?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
I called her out. I was like, Ellen's not that nice.
This was after you went on the show?
After I went on the show, and the world blew up about it and was like so mad at me about it. And then someone else said it. And then it was like, oh my God, Ellen's not nice. Oh, okay.
Why do you say she's not nice?
I can't explain it. It was just
an
really
energy?
weird. I ran into her like backstage. It was like an awkward thing. And like the producers were really scared. I was like, what's going on? They were like, that was not supposed to happen. We're going to get in trouble. It's like so weird. And she was like, hey. It was like, I was like, oh, hi. Like, I was like, I'm so excited. And she was like, hey.
Producing more than 3 million pages, including more than 2,000 videos and 180,000 images. In total, that means that the department produced approximately 3.5 million pages in compliance with the Act.
We were girls and young women who were victimized by Epstein and Maxwell in a trafficking ring.
I know there are videos and photos. I know that Jeffrey had recording cameras in his house.
Powerful people who caused us harm are being protected and we're being exposed. It is meant to silence.
For years, many people brushed off the rumors surrounding Justin Bieber's early career. At the time, what the public saw looked like mentorship, celebrity friendships, and industry access. But looking back now, some moments feel different. Some clips that once seemed harmless are being rewatched with a much darker lens. What changed is not just the release of files or the resurfacing of famous names. It is the pattern people believe they are seeing. A pattern involving influence, access, silence, and very young celebrities being brought into powerful spaces they may not have fully understood.
What does that mean? It was a party favor. I was somebody you could take off the table. So you're telling me they set a set on a table, like when you go to a birthday party and they have gift bags for everybody that comes that have candy and toys in them, and they set them on the table. So you're telling me at the freak off parties, they put on the table instead of gift bags, and then people can do what? Take you off the table.
If these circles overlap, it's true that DeGeneres' name reportedly appears among more than 300 high-profile individuals referenced in the broader Epstein document index. However, appearance in investigative materials does not equal wrongdoing. Many names included in the files appear in third-party communications, interviews, flight logs, or peripheral documentation without any allegations of criminal conduct.
One of the names that has sparked renewed conversation is Ellen DeGeneres. At first, her name did not stand out to everyone. Her name appeared alongside many other well-known figures connected in various ways to broader investigations in social circles. But once online audiences began looking deeper, attention shifted from the list itself to the relationships around it.
The deeper we dig, the more we find when it comes to Ellen DeGeneres relating to the Epstein files, the Diddy case, and even more. You're going to want to check this out in full because there's so much stuff to unravel.
And we've heard some powerful individuals who've been wrapped up in this. For example, Peter Mandelson described Jeffrey Epstein as charming, clever, engaging. I care about how you would describe him. And I just wanted to ask you, what was he? What is he to you?
Charming, clever, engaging would be definitely a way to describe him. I mean, most survivors would tell you, you have to have the kind of this love-hate relationship.
Yeah.
He had to be really good and help you out and do things for you to be really bad. So I think those are good descriptions of him, but I would also say calculated, strategic, master manipulator.
Definitely, yeah.
Yeah, and
a monster.
Yeah, definitely a monster.
And he's not here now, but Ghislaine Maxwell is. She's serving a 20-year sentence.
Well, she felt like another criminal will pardon another criminal.
That's not accountability.
No,
that's
not.
like, I'm just here for myself. I still don't care about you survivors and what I did. You know, I just want to get out of here and think she's going to escape this. And I don't understand what she thinks is going to happen when she's freed. I think she should stay behind bars and probably not have puppies and dinner parties. No, I think she should go back to the prison.
She's
that
exactly
she was in.
where she needs to be. This operation would not have been successful without her.
That is where Sean Diddy Combs enters the conversation. Diddy has long been associated, at least publicly, with exclusive celebrity environments, private parties, hidden guest lists, closed rooms, and gatherings that were never meant for the public eye. These were spaces where access mattered, reputations mattered, and what happened inside was rarely discussed outside. And this is where people become uncomfortable.
I feel bad for Justin Bieber right now. I feel like he gave us so many signs and we missed all of them. Have you seen what fans have been piecing together about the Yummy music video?
Wait, because I've always wanted to know what yummy means, because everyone's always hinted at like, oh, there's a deeper meaning.
Now that this P. Diddy scandal has come out, you kind of see the relation between the lyrics and the music video.
Oh no, I don't know if I'm ready.
So if you watch the music video, you see the first scene, it's like a band on stage and everyone in the band is very young. Then Justin Bieber sits down at a table and he's having a good time. There's a sandwich in front of him and you can't see what's inside the sandwich. It's facing him, okay, but it's like face up. Everyone's eating. He's with all these like wealthy, famous, powerful people.
Which is simulating a party.
Exactly. So then in the middle of the music video, the sandwich turns around and you can see what's inside it. And it's a cherry, which symbolizes purity, youth, virginity, etc. And then at that point in the music video, Justin starts to kind of be like grossed out and the waiters are bringing him all this gross food and like weird shit. And everyone at the table is eating all the weird shit and Justin's kind of like, yo, like this is not my vibe.
Kind of like Katniss in District 1 for the first time?
Exactly.
Okay.
So then there's a little girl who's like playing an instrument in the band at the beginning of the music video and she's wearing this all red suit. At the end of the music video, the red suit is taken off and it's like laid over a chair and the music video ends and it's a plate and it's 14-year-old Justin Bieber, a photo of him, and it says Yummy under it.
Justin Bieber was introduced to fame at an extremely young age. He was a teenager, newly famous, stepping into an adult industry full of power players, pressure, and carefully controlled social circles. To the outside world, it may have looked like opportunity, but to many people watching today, it also looks like vulnerability.
An attorney revealed that freak-off tapes filmed at Diddy's Atlanta home are being shopped around Hollywood, one of them featuring Justin Bieber and Jaden Smith being used by Will Smith and Diddy at the same time. This bombshell comes as these tapes involve other celebrities like Ellen DeGeneres and Jennifer Lopez. This has the potential to end over 100 careers.
Old footage of Diddy speaking about spending private time with Bieber has resurfaced online again. Years ago, many viewers laughed it off as awkward celebrity humor, but today the tone has changed. Now people are asking what exactly those comments meant, why they were made so casually, and whether the public ignored warning signs because they were hidden behind fame and entertainment.
A new batch of Jeffrey Epstein-related records have been released by the Department of Justice, and several high-profile figures have been named. Now, these celebrities have started issuing statements and distancing themselves from Epstein. The DOJ published more than 3 million pages of material on January 30, and people like Elon Musk, Bill Gates, and Howard Lutnick have been named in them. Records show that Elon Musk and Epstein exchanged emails in 2012 and 2013 that touched on the possibility of Musk visiting the financier's private Caribbean island. Since the latest batch of documents dropped, Musk has written multiple posts on the social media platform X regarding the matter. Microsoft co-founder Bill Gates was also named in the files, and he has strongly denied absolutely absurd and completely false allegations made by Epstein. The materials contain 2 draft emails from Epstein's email address. One draft shows a Gates Foundation resignation letter alleging medication had been procured for Gates to deal with the consequences of sex with Russian girls, while the other, beginning with Dear Bill, accuses Gates of ending a friendship and then repeats unverified claims about concealing a sexually transmitted infection from his then wife. The files also show that Howard Lutnick, who serves as Commerce Secretary under President Donald Trump, had planned a trip to Jeffrey Epstein's private island. According to DOJ released emails from 2012, Epstein invited Lutnick to his Caribbean property, Little St. James, for lunch. A Department of Commerce spokesperson told Newsweek that this was a failing attempt by the legacy media to distract from the administration's accomplishments. Billionaire and Virgin Group co-founder Richard Branson also appeared in the latest release, including email friends of Epstein and his assistant, as well as an image of Branson with Epstein on a tropical island. A Virgin spokesperson later told Newsweek that their correspondence only took place on a few occasions more than 12 years ago.
When those older clips are placed beside Bieber's emotional interviews over the years, the picture becomes even more complicated. His comments about betrayal, pressure, pain, and wanting to protect younger artists have led many people to wonder whether he was speaking from personal experience rather than just general concern. That brings attention back to the broader celebrity network around him. Ellen and Diddy appeared publicly comfortable with each other on multiple occasions. At the time, that did not seem unusual. In Hollywood, famous people crossing paths is normal. But once public opinion begins to shift, even casual interactions start being re-examined. Viewers begin asking whether these were simply professional relationships or signs of closeness to circles that were more secretive than they appeared.
We just broke down the full relationship between P. Diddy and Ellen DeGeneres and connected it all to the Epstein files. The full video reveals everything that you've been wondering regarding this relationship and all the crimes that they potentially commit together.
Then comes the bigger question. If multiple powerful figures moved through the same private environments, how much overlap was there really? Because this is no longer just about one person or one headline. It is about systems. It is about who had access, who was protected, and who was left exposed. Some people have also pointed to accounts from individuals who claim they witnessed or experienced disturbing treatment inside elite party culture. Those testimonies, whether fully proven or still disputed, have added to the growing sense that certain celebrity spaces were built around silence. And once silence becomes part of the culture, accountability becomes much harder. That is why Bieber's story hits differently for so many people. He was not just a rising star. He was a child entering a machine run by adults with far more power than he had. If he was present in environments he should never have been in, then the issue is not just what happened, it is who allowed it, who normalized it, and who made sure nobody spoke up.
Let's get the first thing out the way off the top. Who sitting right here, right now, is in the Epstein files?
Senator. For the record, right here. What are you talking about? Only in newspaper articles, please.
Yes. Who else?
We're talking about.
Michael, look at me. Michael, make eye contact with me, Michael.
So this is true. This is true. Hassan, you and I are in the Epstein files. But no, it's for doing political. Calm down. We're gonna get to the why.
Don't ever get to why, and let me just enjoy it.
No, I have to get to why.
You're all nasty.
No, Hassan and I are in the files for doing political comedy shows. Senator Schiff is in there for a bunch of news headlines, and Michael Ian Black is in there for his show on something called Crackle.
Okay.
So, Amber, it looks like you are the odd one out when it comes to who's in the Epstein file. Now, we've had about a week to take in all of
Wait a second. This is, bro, we're boys. And you text me, hey, come on the show. And you're gonna ambush me in Act 1 with a comedian friend of mine, and who's in the Epstein files? I'm like, hey, how do you think I feel? Senator, you know what you signed up for.
Another reason this conversation refuses to go away is timing. As public pressure grows around high-profile files, old footage, and resurfaced names, people are beginning to notice who has distanced themselves, who has gone quiet, and who seems eager to stay far away from the center of controversy. That does not prove guilt, but it does add fuel to public suspicion, especially when the same names keep appearing in overlapping conversations. To be clear, none of these pieces alone prove the full story. A name on a list is not the same as a criminal conviction. A resurfaced interview clip is not the same as hard evidence, and online speculation can easily go too far when facts are incomplete. But taken together, many people believe these details point to something bigger: a young artist surrounded too early by powerful adults, a celebrity culture built on secrecy, and a silence that lasted for years.
One of the country's most prominent physicians is in the Epstein files, and the emails look pretty damning.
Dr. Peter Attia is a longevity doctor who is a New York Times bestselling author and the host of a popular podcast. Here's an alleged email from Dr. Peter Attia to Leslie Groff, who was one of Epstein's assistants. And it says, "No, thank you so much. See you next time. Hopefully JE in town when I'm back in 2 weeks. I go into JE withdrawal when I don't see him." And this email apparently between Dr. Attia and Jeffrey Epstein with the subject, "Got a fresh shipment. You the biggest problem with becoming friends with you? The life you lead is so outrageous and yet I can't tell a soul." To which Jeffrey E. replies, "'Fraid not." And there's another email with language that I don't want to share with you here today that is just not good. One person is reporting that there are 175 pages of documents with Dr. Attia in the Epstein files. Now, I don't know Dr. Attia, I've never met him, but I did not have this on my 2026 bingo card. Did you?
And that is the part people cannot ignore anymore, because the real question is no longer just what was publicly known. The real question is what was hidden. Who knew and how many young people were placed in those spaces without protection? If Justin Bieber really was exposed to environments like that at such a young age, then what did he see? What did he experience? And how many others were there whose stories have still not been told? That is why this story continues to grow, not because every answer is already known, but because too many pieces feel connected to be dismissed so easily. What do you think? Was this all coincidence, or are people only now starting to connect dots that were always there?